Hey guys, welcome to Unbiased Rugby. So this is my first in my series of Road to the World Cup. I know it's fairly early in the season, but I think there's quite a lot of videos I would like to go through. Also, I've been having a little bit of fatigue, and I thought, you know what, let me focus in on my team, and let me talk about the Springboks and see where I see them at the moment. Look, the players that I'm choosing might not be everyone's cup of tea, but these are the players that I think are on form and would be, if we had a World Cup tomorrow, this is probably who I would choose. Another thing is you'll notice in my videos that I don't choose. I'm going to be choosing my players going forward. So this one is just props and hookers. Then it'll be locks. Then it'll be the back row. Then it'll be the halfbacks, the halfback pairing. I'll probably do centres and then the back three. South Africa has different rules when it comes to selecting players, and 50% of our players do have to be previously disadvantaged players, and I'm okay with that. I still support the Springboks through thick and thin, so my selections are based with that in mind and picking the players that are on form. So with that, I'm going to go straight into the looseheads. So looseheads, there's three looseheads that I see at the moment that are currently in really good form. It's Tendai Mtawarira, the Beast, Stephen Kitsoff, and Lisa Gogoba. I think those are the three players that are on form at the moment. If I had to rate them currently on form, I'd probably say Tendai is probably the best at the moment on form this year in Super Rugby. Stephen Kitsoff, great, just behind him, and Lisa just behind that. So I think the three exceptional looseheads. Let's be honest, if we're on the bench and playing, we'd probably go with Tendai and Stephen. But yeah, if something goes wrong, we've got an excellent replacement going there. There are other players that we could have looked at, Oxenchair, but I don't think this is his World Cup. I think his World Cup's in 2023, and it's also great to have some kind of succession planning. When I look at props, I look at them, and props I think peak at about 27 to about 32, round about there. That's their prime time when they are really good. So the players are all in the right kind of vicinity for this. Next, we're going to look at hookers. Three hookers that are available in this country on form: Malcolm Marx, Bongi and Bonambi, and Schalk Brits. I could have also added Aka van der Merwe. There's somebody just a little bit ahead of him that might have a for him, because I just don't know when he'd get game time. If all three of them. Mark's going to be there till 2023, so yeah, I actually feel for Aka. I think he's just the wrong place at the wrong time, so I do feel for him. So if you guys feel that he is a better hooker, please put that down below. For me, the obvious choice would be Malcolm Marx. I think he brings something really real powerful over the ball, and a lot of people give him stick for his line-out throwing, but he was the best line-out thrower in Super Rugby last year, so I think he has been working hard on it. So yeah, those are my three choices for hookers. Next, we'll go into Tighthead props. It's salt if they don't have a proper Tighthead prop. I think it's a super technical position. It's where your go forward comes from. Your scrum, that's where your go forward comes from. Your loosehead can't attack until your Tighthead has actually got some ascendancy. So, and often they're boring in. So there's a hell of a lot that happens for the Tighthead position. I've been reading up a lot about it, about Tighthead trying to push the loosehead down so that the hooker can't see, and then the loosehead trying to push the Tighthead up. So yeah, there's a lot of intricacies that come with a Tighthead position. For me, these are probably two of them I'd say are exceptional, are probably our choice Tightheads, and that would be Frans Malherbe and Trevor Nyankani. I think they are our choice, two choice Tightheads. I've put Thomas du Toit there. The reason being is I had Thomas du Toit, Wilco Louw, and Vincent Koch. I just think Wilco Louw is still quite young. I think his World Cup is 2023, when he'll be about 28. He's got a lot of years underneath him, so I don't think it's this World Cup is his. It'd be nice if he's part of some kind of system, South African A side. Vincent Koch, I've really enjoyed the way that he plays. I just haven't really been impressed with his form this year. Hopefully he can improve in the Premiership and he can bring back that kind of form, but there's a lot of knock-ons and it's just been a little bit frustrating to watch. So for me currently, these are probably the three tight heads, Frans Malherbe, Trevor Nyakane, Thomas du Toit. Now if I was selecting a team, I'd probably start with Frans Malherbe, Malcolm Marx and Tendai. I think with 156, 58 caps between them, it's a 350 kilogram front row. That's real world class. I think that's a seriously good front row. I think Tendai, I always prefer to put Tendai ahead of Stephen. The reason being, I think Stephen brings a hell of a lot more impact off the bench than Tendai brings off the bench. So, but I'd probably alternate them for some games. Yeah, so I'd have Stephen coming on for some of the pool games. Then on the bench, I'd have Trevor Nyakane, who I think is a rock solid kind of player. He's been there, done it, got the t-shirt. So yeah, and Bongi Mnambi, who, for all intents and purposes, is I'd say he's 0.05% behind Malcolm Marx because he does everything well. It's just Malcolm Marx brings a lot more go forward and over the ball kind of stuff, more loose forward kind of play. But when it comes to being just a pure hooker, I think Bongi is exceptionally good. Also, I try to look at it and I think, Frans Malherbe, who would he be propping against? So Frans Malherbe, so talking Mario Toji. Not Mario Toji. Oh, jeepers, imagine that. Mako Vinopola, sorry guys, who I think is a really good Loosehead prop. And I think Frans Malherbe can stand up to him. I think he did it playing against England. He's done it before and I'm sure he can do it. Then if you look on the other side, you've obviously got someone like Tight Furlong, who's an exceptional tight head. And I think Tendai could go up against Tight Furlong. I think he's got the kind of experience to be able to try rein in the exceptionally good Tight Furlong is. If maybe that game I actually might start Stephen ahead of Tendai to just bring in that pure power straight from the start. But for my opening game against New Zealand, if I was choosing, I would start with Frans Malherbe, Malcolm Marx and Tendai, with Trevor Nyakane, Bongi Mnambi and Stephen Kitshoff. There we go, guys. That's my props and hookers for the road to the World Cup. I'm only going to do a video like this maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks, and then just keep adding on to it. But listen, guys, please put down below who you think I've missed out on, who I haven't noticed. I don't get to watch all the games. Some people have their favorite teams, and it might not include my kind of players. But listen, guys, I'm really enjoying this series. I've really trying being enjoyable, putting a lot of effort into it. There might be a few spelling mistakes, but that's okay. Listen, guys, please put your comments down below. Chat to you soon. Cheers. Bye.